Hi, I'm Brittany and welcome to Around the Way Vegan. We have a name, y'all! So today we're going to tackle mashed potatoes, most of which I've not made before, but it's going to be delicious. So we're going to make homemade gravy, which I have never made vegan before. I looked at a couple of different recipes and this is the collaboration I mostly came to. We're going to make some sweet potatoes, mash them up. I love them with butter and rosemary. I've not done it before with my vegan butter, which I made, but don't zoom in because it's not real pretty this time.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't mix it as much, so it kind of separated a little, but it's okay. It's going to taste good. Got almond milk, and then we're going to do red skin potatoes for our mashed potatoes. And this morning I roasted some garlic, so we're going to mash that in there. And just some parsley to make it pretty. By the way, sprinkling parsley on your food is just going to make it look fancy for super cheap. So let's get started. The sweet potatoes was a 3-pound bag. So we peeled these, and Erica, my lovely sous chef, cubed them up for me. This is a lot of potatoes.
You don't have to use all of them. You don't have to use all of them.
Too late. I'm committed.
All right.
Making all these potatoes. Like I did just enough water in there. I don't know if that helps at all. Can you see that? Is there enough light? Just enough to where they're mostly covered. That's probably not the best example because there's so many potatoes. We're going to do the others too. But if you put in more water than potatoes, they tend to lose some of their flavor. So as little water as you can get away with. That's how much water you need for boiling potatoes. I'm going to put them on high just to get them going. I think this is right.
What? Hold on. There you go.
Oh. So, those are going to start boiling, and we're going to start getting our gravy going. So, I'm going to put a little oil in the pan. And I don't know, that's what, 2 tablespoons? Maybe 3?
Maybe 3.
I'm going to dump our onion in. We're going to get that sizzling.
How much onion?
What?
How much onion?
Oh, sorry. So this is 1 whole onion. Not a huge one, but a good size onion. When I talk about it, you'll know how much we're talking about. It's 2 stalks of celery. This was 1 package. Oh crap! How much was that? Like an 8-ounce package of mushrooms?
I'd say so.
I made 2 cups. 2 cups of veggie stock. I just used veggie bouillon with 2 cups of warm water. There's 4 tablespoons of tamari here. 4 cloves of garlic minced. I'm going to use some pepper. There's a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch. I probably will not use all of it. We'll see what I need. There's also 4 tablespoons of oil there. I used grapeseed, but you can also use olive oil. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to get them a little bit translucent. This is very much a dump recipe. Like, we're just going to dump stuff in and let it go. So I decided to go ahead and dump in all my veggies. Also because we're not really, can you see those onions? They were just starting to change color, just a little. Let me put that one in there. We may not have a big enough pot.
Oh no. I can get another one. It's okay.
So I'm going to watch that, make sure it doesn't stick, and let those cook down a bit. And then the next time when we come back, I'll be dumping all the other ingredients in there. Alright, so I've let these cook down just a bit. I don't know if you,
Careful.
So I'm going to add some cornstarch. I think I'm going to do, I feel like I'm going to do about a tablespoon. And I'm going to let it go in on all those cooked down veggies. Hold on. And I'm going to stir that in. Alright, so got our cornstarch in. The cornstarch is going to help thicken it. We'll go ahead and add in our 2 cups of veggie broth. And Erica was absolutely right. The veggies did cook down, and there was plenty of room.
Plenty.
We're going to add in a 1/4 cup. Well, we've already measured out everything, so everybody knows what this is. That's our tamari, which, by the way, tamari is gluten-free soy sauce. You could obviously use soy sauce, but it's going to give us some flavor and saltiness for sure. This is our garlic. because I love garlic. You could use dried garlic with the, we're gonna dump in our nooch. That's our nutritional yeast. Which, by the way, okay, nooch was a very weird thing to me when I became vegan. Like, everyone was like, oh, it tastes just like cheese. It does not taste just like cheese. And it stinks. It smells bizarre. It does not smell like anything you actually want to eat. But when you add it to things, it does give you something cheesy-like, and it's worth it. So I definitely have nooch all the time. We're gonna drain off our potatoes. Let's get some of our vegan butter in there.
What's in the vegan butter?
What is that? There's a little bit of almond milk. I use grapeseed oil and refined coconut oil. If you use regular coconut oil, it'll taste like coconut. And I didn't want that for my butter. 4, so that's 1. Okay, so that's 1.5 sticks of butter. What we're doing. I'm gonna put in the rest of this here pepper. I don't know how much that is. That was probably too much. And some rosemary. I really like rosemary. And we're gonna mix it up and see where we're at. So we figured out what the clanging was. I had 2 different beaters in there. One was for whisking. So it's my bad. We were in a hurry.
That's really good.
Oh, salt. This needs salt. What am I thinking? All right, so now we're going to start with our red skin potatoes, which I left the skins on. I like to do that with red skin potatoes. I feel like you don't really need a lot of, I'm going to dump a bunch of pepper in there. I like pepper in my potatoes. There's a lot of vitamins in the skins. You can't do that with a lot of other potatoes, but red skin potatoes you can definitely do it with. There's another one that has like a golden skin on it, and it's really thin like the red skin, and if I'm making those, I'll keep the skin on. Just for the nutritional value, and my handle's high. And it, it's way easier than peeling a bunch of potatoes. You don't waste any potato. You just rinse them off while you scrub them good. And go garlic! I forgot the garlic! I was like, this isn't, oh crap. This isn't what I was expecting. So, I'm not wasting this garlic.
You did a good job.
So normally you can just squeeze it, but they kind of want to fall out on me. So I'm going to try to do them maybe individually. I'm just going to add a little almond milk. So that's going to be thinner. And I don't want to add too much because I don't want them runny. I don't want soupy potatoes. And so after we blend up the gravy, we're going to put it all in a dish and we're going to try everything. So the gravy's been cooling for a little bit. I did go ahead and add that other ½ tablespoon of cornstarch. And I sifted it in with my little sieve. Pour this in here. It's going to be sloppy. I think that looks beautiful. It smells good. All right, we're going to pour this into serving dishes and we'll be back to taste it in a minute. So, here we have our garlic mashed potatoes. I did sprinkle a little bit of parsley on top. These are our rosemary sweet potatoes mashed up. And the gravy, I was thinking that I would add more to it, but once I blended that, like this is a really good consistency. It has, like it's kind of perfect to me for gravy. So I wouldn't add more than 1.5 tablespoons for that. So, and I could have blended this just a little bit longer than I did because there are a few little bits of like, what am I trying to say? Mushrooms, like I'm seeing those. Whoops, that was a mess. But I think it's going to be fine. It smells so good in here. So we're gonna eat.
I'm gonna try.
Yes, I'm going in for the red potatoes.
I want to try this gravy.
I don't normally like gravy, but I like this.
It's so good.
This? Okay,
Oh my gosh.
it's really good.
It's really good.
So,
It's so good.
when you eat vegan food, it is never going to be even Steven. Like, this does not taste exactly like giblet gravy or whatever. But it's so good, no one's going to complain. No one is going to complain. Frankly, if you can do Thanksgiving vegan, you can do anything vegan.